content that also came forward was not the sort of thing that you would want teachers or pupils looking at. So the idea was to cut down the number of titles that were found and sort through approved resources. So Vector set some standards for those to be approved. The government gave £100 million a year to schools to purchase software through the portal. And one of the things that at the start of the programme was that we were just looking to get a bulk of content onto that portal. After time, we came to realise that what we should be really looking at was the quality of content rather than the quantity, so that there were good resources on there. We engaged with a couple of organisations who employed teachers to undertake evaluations of software in an aim to really to make teachers more informed about the educational software that they were purchasing. So these evaluations were twofold. There would be a desk-based evaluation of a company's software undertaken in a period of about a month, where the teachers looking at it would say, basically, did it do what it said on the box, and what did they think of it? Over a term's worth of evaluation, the teacher would use the product in the classroom with the children and then write a much fuller evaluation about the pros and cons of that particular piece of software. The idea being that when teachers searched within the Curriculum Online catalogue, that they could sort by those products that had been evaluated and hopefully use other teachers' informed opinions on that software to make a purchasing decision. Another thing that we did was to look at how we embedded the use of ICT in the teaching and learning process. Around the time this started, it was about 11% of teachers were felt to be using ICT effectively in their teaching and learning, and there were another 40 who were using it to some extent. So there were two different approaches taken at primary and at secondary level to address the embedding agenda. At primary, there was a suite of materials developed, example materials of bits of software, good examples of teachers and children using the ICT, and at the same time, a national whiteboard network was set up to help teachers develop good use of software and also the use of the whiteboard. Because when interactive whiteboards were first introduced, many teachers were not using them to their full potential. They were showing PowerPoint on them, or maybe just projecting on them, or perhaps not even using them at all. So the National Whiteboard Network was set up to develop and share good practice between teachers. At secondary, because it's subject-specific approach, subject-specific packs were developed in conjunction with subject associations and also the national strategies at secondary. And the packs contained information about ICT across the curriculum, which was a separate piece of work undertaken by the strategies that looked at how teachers could develop ICT capability whilst teaching other subjects. A series of subject-specific whiteboard booklets which showed generally how to use a whiteboard, gave some good examples and looked at how you develop the pedagogy behind using the whiteboard. A series of video case studies that actually showed teacher use in the classroom of a range of content and hardware that they could conceivably have in their classroom to give them some confidence and support in how they could move forward their ICT use. A ePort booklet, as it was called. ePort was something that was a joint venture between the two groups of evaluators. So in each subject, it would identify those products within their subject that had been evaluated by teachers. So it was really short-circuiting the route to finding good products. And a guide to curriculum online and ELCs and what you could and couldn't spend them on. There was also something introduced called hands-on support, which was really teacher professional development by teachers for teachers. Teachers would come to the school and show you how to use a piece of kit or a piece of software within your own class using your own kit. So that was felt to be very beneficial. We then moved on to looking at how we could really drive the educational software industry forward to produce better and more engaging software. So at the time we were just introducing a national languages strategy, and I was asked how we could do something to support that. So I suggested that we commission a piece of software to help children between the ages of 7 and 11 engage in language learning and finding out that it was fun.